The time to be brutally honest has finally arrived. Here are all of the things I wish I knew before living more sustainably. In fact, being a zero waster, I'm not a zero waster, but these are the things I wish I would have known before starting on my journey to be more zero waste. And let me tell you, I've learned a lot along the way. But first, if you're new here, my name is Crystalline. You can call me Chris, and we chat all things mind, body, and planet on this corner of the internet. So I hope you guys stick around. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with the zero waste side of the internet. One, I love it. I think it stands for such a great cause. I do my best to do a lot of the zero waste habits. But on the other side of things, there are a lot of people in the zero waste space that make you feel really bad if you're not 100% perfect all the time. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I get comments on my videos like, oh, you should be a vegan, or oh, you should stop using plastic. Whatever brand you just featured has a bunch of plastic and you should never use plastic ever again because it's evil and everybody is dying because of the plastic usage on our earth and you're the problem. And you know what? Plastic is bad, but like, I don't think I'm the #1 problem. So I just have learned a lot along the way, and I like to think of myself as somebody in the middle. You know, I'm doing my best. I give space to try and implement better habits, but I'm not perfect. I don't think I'm ever gonna be perfect. I have 3 dogs. We use plastic bags to pick up their dog poop. Like, that's just how it is. But there are other things in my life I enjoy doing, like composting, and that's something I got into about a year ago. #1, there's gonna be a lot of people out there who are going to tell you you need to buy all of these swaps in order to be zero waste, or in order to be eco-friendly. It's not true. You actually don't need anything to be more eco-friendly. The whole point is just use what you have. If you can use the things you already own in your home right now and take care of those items and make them last for as long as they possibly can last, and that's from dish rags, to sponges, to clothes, to blankets, to office supplies, like all of those things. If you can just make those last as long as you possibly can, you're on the right track. The whole point is just to buy less and actually utilize what we have, because a lot of times people buy new things. What do you do with the old thing? It gets donated or thrown away. So you see the dilemma there. Like, the old thing is still living on the planet. It's not just disappearing into thin air whenever you buy something new. So you might as well just use what you already have, unless it's actually causing you harm or if it's actually falling apart. But you should just use it as long as you possibly can. That's the whole point there. And that's something that I wish I knew, especially because social media makes you think you gotta buy all the things. It's not true. You don't. Sometimes small actions can make a huge impact. I know it doesn't feel like turning off the lights can actually make a difference, but actually it can. The one thing that I always go back to that makes me feel like individual actions do matter is seeing like a shelf of plant-based milk. Plant-based milk 10 years ago was not really a thing. I feel like we only had like rice milk and soy milk, but because people started opting for a soy milk latte, companies began to realize how important it was to have milk alternatives that were plant-based. So then we moved into almond milk. Almond milk became really popular, which then led to oat milk. And now oat milk, almond milk, and all of these other sorts of nut milks are on the shelf at the grocery store. And that was not a thing. And that is all because individual consumers spent their money on plant-based milk, which told companies, hey, we should invest more in plant-based milk. All of that to say, individual actions do matter. So even though they feel really small, turning the lights off whenever you're not in a room, turning the water off while you brush your teeth, those little things, they do make an impact. And I think it's one easy thing that you can do. It's really simple. Makes you feel good, like you're doing something a little bit better for the world. And on that note, voting with your dollar can be as impactful as being less wasteful. Going back to the whole oat milk story, if it weren't for people supporting brands who have sustainable initiatives and who offer more plant-based sort of products, then we wouldn't be seeing what we're seeing in today's grocery stores. Like, think about how many different plant-based options we have now. So many. Like, if you were a vegan in today's society, it is way easier to do it now than it was to do it 5, even 10 years ago. So voting with your dollar, supporting the brands that actually make a difference, supporting companies that are ethical in their manufacturing and have good practices, supporting companies who give back and maybe are a part of larger nonprofits like 1% for the Planet, or maybe they're carbon neutral. figuring out which brands are actually making a difference and actually trying to be better businesses and better companies and supporting those rather than supporting the companies that are just trying to scrape by and they're not really doing anything at all. And the last piece that has been huge for me to keep in mind is that being zero waste is pretty much impossible. There are things you can do to be less zero waste, but we're way past like the 2012 people who were like, this is all the trash I've had in a year and it fits in one mason jar. Like, we're just past that point. It's impossible. And if you can't do that, then you feel guilty and then you're more likely to just give up and go back to the way you were like doing things before. You don't have to be fully zero waste in order to make an impact. A lot of it is just the small things. It's doing your individual part. It's joining communities and finding people who are also trying to do the same things as you. It's speaking up and talking to other people about how you can make a difference and how they can make a difference and how you can come together and make an even bigger difference together. So if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, this is the year, I'm gonna do zero waste, just letting you know, you don't have to be zero waste to actually make an impact. The little habits do steamroll and make big impacts as well. Let me know if there are other things that you feel like you wish you would have known moving into sustainable living. I want to hear from you guys in the comments if there's like a couple of things that like maybe you came across that you're like, I tried, it wasn't working. And if you like this video, you can like it. You can subscribe for more videos that have my face and my voice in them. And thank you guys so much for being here. It has been such a fun journey starting this channel and actually being consistent on it this year. I feel like it's so fun. It's like we have like a little community of people, like 5,000 of us. How exciting is that? I love it. I love it so much. So I will see you guys in the next video. And if you have any videos you want to see from me, again, leave it in the comments. I'm totally open. So I will see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.